What's up, nerds? Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block for June 20th, 2017. I am one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, fresh off of E3, Edward Varnell.
Yes! Hello, everybody. Oh, Nintendo's E3 was amazing. I'm still just blown away.
Killed it. Killed it. Not only during the 25-minute presentation, but the Treehouse stuff they showed was also amazing. Ed, how was your E3? Did you enjoy E3 as much as I did?
Yes, I did. I love this year's E3. I think everybody came. Well, not everybody came and knocked it out the park. They all delivered some games that I want to play, but Nintendo just like slayed everybody. I think they're still mopping up the blood from everybody's else conference.
Yeah. E3 was the best Nintendo conference I've seen in a long time, or direct. But I guess you could include conferences too. The last time I remember being this excited about a Nintendo thing was the year that Wind Waker, Prime, and Sunshine were all there at the same time. That's probably like the equivalent, or that year at least. They all came out that year, and I'm just like,
I'm going back to like 2014's E3. Bayonetta, Smash, Breath of the Wild, just like the first reveal of Legend of Zelda, and just
true.
Like the Smash presentation on Sunday when like the internet was down for almost 2 days, getting Earthbound Beginnings. Like Nintendo slayed 2014, and for me completely they slayed 2015 and this year. I mean, and last year they did too, but this year, wow, they really brought it. But I'm a Nintendo fan, so I can't help it.
Yeah. I just, man, I'm excited. It opened up with like the summer stuff, which I'm really excited that they just did a little montage at the beginning, because they didn't spend any time after that little montage on Splatoon or ARMS or Pokken even. Like, yeah, they showed that summer multiplayer montage, and it was ARMS, Splatoon, Pokken, and Rocket League. They snuck some Rocket League in there, and like, that was a cool announcement too. But then they just opened up with that Xenoblade. Yeah, and FIFA. They opened up with that Xenoblade trailer, still confirmed for holiday 2017. Which is super exciting. Yes, it's giving me those Final Fantasy IX vibes that I like. It's giving me the Xenoblade stuff that I loved from the first two games. It's just, man, I'm ready for that game. I think I'm more like on the grand scale of how excited I am for everything that's coming out. Like, I'm excited. I think in like the near future of the games that are coming out, Xenoblade's probably at the top of my list. I think, I'm excited for Mario Odyssey and all the wacky stuff you can do in that game that they showed off. But at the end of the day, it's still relatively Mario, right? Whereas Xenoblade, I'm excited to explore that world and see what, because Monolith looks like a team that can take the quote small amount of power that the Switch offers, and I want to see what they can shove into that thing. Right. It's because they showed that big mountain monster again.
Yeah, like if anyone who owns Xenoblade Chronicles X, like if you see the power of everybody knows the power of the Wii U, but if you see the graphics and the landscapes and environments and all this big stuff that's moving in the background, you're like, how in the heck did you fit all of this in? And then you see they work in Breath of the Wild, and it's just like, oh my goodness. So definitely exploring the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is going to be fantastic. That artwork is going to just be like spot on beautiful. And I just want to see how big this land is. and what adventures I'm going to be able to find. Hopefully, if I do a lot of side adventures, easier to get to and be able to handle than it will be for Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is like high up there, like a must own for me. We're pretty much everything that they show us a must own.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 looks like it's taking, the giant world that they made in X and adding the story from 1 and just making like an amalgamation of both games. But I mean, it's just I am really excited to see if they make amiibo for that game or not.
They will. They'll have some amiibo.
Man. Speaking of amiibo, they did announce a ton of amiibo, which I already pre-ordered the 4 Champions of Zelda and the Metroid one, by the way.
Nice.
But yeah, that's Xenoblade. Kicking it off with Xenoblade and confirming that it's holiday was probably a smart move. Because that's their biggest game this fall, probably outside of Mario.
Right. So if there's any delay, it's probably going to be because of the localization. But knowing how Treehouse is, they're going in and they're doing the work. And Treehouse is good at what they do. So
yeah. So that was exciting. What did they follow Xenoblade with?
Follow Xenoblade with Kirby 2018. So this is going to be like a 2D co-op multiplayer kind of game, but it looks like a remake of the first Kirby game. You'll be able to suck at their powers, and if you want to add more, you want to add more to it, you could throw hearts on it, and add more players to it, and keep on adding more hearts.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really into the Kirby games, but I mean, I'm gonna get it because it's first party Nintendo, and my goal is to this time around own all the first party Nintendo titles.
Well, it looks like an action beat 'em up kind of game, and I love.
Yeah, it looks like a simple Kirby brawler almost, like multiplayer, whatever. So, it looks cool. I'm interested to see Kirby get back to what Kirby is instead of as much as I thought Epic Yarn was cute. That art style was the selling point of that game, and then but the selling point is the robots, and then the Canvas Curse and Rainbow Curse were the stylus games. So I'm excited to get back to Kirby where he's sucking up enemies and stealing their stuff. And so and then after Kirby was the Yoshi game, which I'm super excited for.
Yeah, Yoshi's 2018 is coming, but that was later on. We actually had the Pokemon announcement.
Oh, right.
So before we get to Yoshi,
you're right. It's the Pokemon and then my favorite announcement.
I got you. I got the notes. I got you. Don't worry.
I don't know I'm going to let everybody know now. I don't know what I would do without you, Ed.
Oh, thank you. Well, the Pokemon Company came on and they talked about how Poké Tournament is coming to a Switch. But he also made an announcement that a core traditional grind and build up Pokemon is coming to the Nintendo Switch. So this will be the first Pokemon game that is actually from the main series on a console.
Yeah, which is super exciting because I didn't get Sun or Moon, and I don't know if I'm going to be getting Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon just for the fact that, like, by the time that game comes out, like, I'm going to be playing so many Switch games that I don't know. I want to put my time towards that, except, comes out on 3DS. I'm going to have to play that. But, yeah, I haven't been really into Pokemon in a long time. And like I feel bad when I say that because I like what that franchise does. I like the simple, I mean, it's what Nintendo does best is like they give you this simple game and then you can make it as complex or as challenging as you want to make it, and that's Pokemon does that very well also. I still go back to Red and Blue once in a while, and I really wish they would like really bring those Pokemon back to the forefront, but I know it's it's always about creating new monsters and giving a new generation of fans some Pokemon to latch onto. But
yes,
when it comes to Switch, man, I definitely plan on getting into it.
Well, that it is 4 Pokemon games within a year that's coming. So Poké Tournament, also Gold and Silver. Then you got Ultra Sun and Moon, and then you got this Pokemon from Switch. So like that's a lot of Pokemon. So that's definitely when that comes to Switch, that's more guaranteed sales for Switch owners or people who are into Pokemon who want to get a Switch. So that's more sales. So that's kind of guaranteed sales right there. And if Nintendo keeps releasing like holiday 3DS bundles, Ultra Sun and Moon will also be big sales for them.
Yeah. I mean, Pokemon's going to sell for 3DS, no doubt, especially because the new 2DS is it's a sexy system.
Yes.
Like I really like if I didn't have a new 3DS already, and even if I do have one, I think that's a nice system for people to latch onto. Like, and I like the black and the blue one that's coming here in July. I would like to see an all black one. And if they did make an all black one, I'd probably take the plunge and trade in my 3DS for a 2DS.
Mm-hmm.
Just to have one. I don't use the 3D at all, and I like the way the new 2DS looks. With the hinges aren't as bulky, and it's just a slimmed down version of the system. I would like one, but they've already confirmed they're planning on supporting the 3DS beyond 2018. So looks like the system's going to be sticking around for a while, so I might as well just refresh everything. I think they're going to freshen up.
Yeah, until they get to their new handheld.
I
think the Switch is still going to coexist with a handheld system.
Oh, the more and more, they say they're going to support 3DS, the more and more I believe you. Like, it wouldn't even surprise me if like they came out with a, quote, kid-friendly Switch where it still plays the Switch games, but it's more durable. There's no dock, the Joy-Cons don't come off, that kind of stuff. But more and more, as they say they're going to support 3DS, the more I believe you. And like 6 months ago when we were talking about this, I said you were crazy, but my bad. I do believe they're going to make another handheld at some point. That's just their core market. So
I love you, boss. You already know. Look, I know I might not know Nintendo fully inside out, but seeing their business strategy throughout the years, they're not going to, even if a product fail or it's not doing well, they're still going to support it unless they need to pull it. Yeah, the Virtual Boy is an example. But they did try to support it, and there was just some it was just a gamble that they tried to do something and it didn't work. Where like their console, like the Wii U, they still supported it. Even with the Wii, they still support it. And with the DS being a laughingstock at first, it started picking up the more games that came out, and it just caught on wildfire. New 3DS or 3DS at that point in time, it didn't really catch on that same wildfire, but I'm like at 68 million, that's still good, and more people are still going out buying the 3DS and 2DS brand, and people are just like, yeah, I'll get that for 2DS, yeah, I'll get that for Switch. Like, Nintendo knows its business for hardware and software. So it might not seem like they're selling a lot, but they continually sell games throughout a period of time. They continue to sell systems throughout a period of time.
Yeah. I man, that 3DS just keeps chugging along. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
But okay, so after the Pokemon announcement,
the screen
was the best. It was my favorite thing, and I actually busted out my Wii Remote and Nunchuck and my Metroid Prime Trilogy disc for Wii.
Did you play it on
after
Wii U?
This? Yeah, I'm gonna play on Wii U.
Okay.
I mean, it's backwards compatible, so I mean, I have the disc, so I'm just gonna do that. But So all of a sudden, after the Pokemon announcement, they get to this black screen and you see this starry sky. And I got really excited because I knew right away, almost right away. And then the clouds or fog or whatever you want to call it started shifting into the Samus S. And you could see the S. And I got really excited. And I went like this. And if you watch our watch along, it was very exciting. And then they showed the 4, and I was like, yes, it could have been Metroid 4, it could have been Metroid Prime 4, it could have been Metroid 4 Duration Force. I wouldn't even care.
No,
I mean, I'm just like, they announced Metroid Prime 4. Now they said in development, and that's it. So it's probably a 2019 game. I'm gonna be honest. I bet it's a 2019 game because next year is gonna be Fire Emblem, Yoshi, Kirby, probably Smash next fall. I'm sure Retro hasn't announced that if they're not working on Prime 4. I'm assuming it's Donkey Kong or their new IP.
Their new IP.
I mean, it's going to be one of those two games, whether or not, I don't know if Retro has two teams or not, but they're working on their new IP. I think Nintendo's given them the time and the tools to work on their new IP.
Yeah, Retro has one team, so everybody in Retro right now is working on that one game. And unless they do a direct this fall, that Retro game would be the big game for next year, probably with Kirby and Yoshi, depending on if they get full titles, and definitely with Metroid Prime 4. So it will be those 4, and then we'll see something 2019 will be the biggest game, or they'll lead into something big for 2019.
Yeah. So that's exciting. I'm actually excited because they still have the lead producer on the Metroid Prime series working on it with a team. What they confirmed, it's internally at Nintendo, right?
No, is that Retro?
No, Metroid, the Metroid Prime game. It's Retro's not developing it.
Oh, yeah, it's internal at Nintendo. I'm sorry, I got so hooked on Retro. Sorry, that was
which at first I was kind of concerned, but the lead producers on that is a very capable studio, obviously. So that actually makes me really excited to see what Retro's working on. Because that means we're getting another game. They're not working on Metroid, so we're getting another Nintendo exclusive game.
Right.
So that makes you even more excited.
And I think probably what happened was right after they did Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, probably took a vacation, came back to regroup, and was just okay, now let's work on the next game. Let's get the prototype, let's get the story, let's get the artwork, let's research and develop, let's get this gameplay mechanic, and then present it to Nintendo to show them what we got. Okay, we got to approve. Now we got to get all of this planned out and still work out some kinks. I think that's probably what's going on there.
Yeah. So that was exciting. That was definitely my highlight of the show. I mean, even though it was just a trailer, I guess now is the perfect time to announce that they were during the Treehouse, the second game they show off is a Metroid 2D game. They're remaking the Game Boy game for 3DS with some cool new features. The finishing move, the melee finishing move that they were showing off looks really cool. It's interesting that Nintendo would go and make a 2D Metroid game based off of the Game Boy game. Can't believe nobody has done that before.
Are you hinting at AM2R?
Yeah, I'm just messing around. Shout out to the AM2R guys. I know that they're actually really excited to see this game exist too. So
yeah. Well, I think Nintendo probably at that time didn't plan on doing a remake to Metroid Prime 2. Because, whereas AM2R is kind of a fan remake with some added stuff, Nintendo incorporated some stuff from Tecmo and probably was working on stuff to make it actually better. And they probably was just like, okay, now that we got this amiibo functionality, we got new ideas that we could actually implement in this game. So there might be some more, and we probably don't know that there might be like new levels and stuff like that. Like we haven't fully understand what's all going on into it. We just got the gameplay demo, which I couldn't believe that they actually showed. Like that was a big reveal. So there might be some more stuff we just don't know yet that even at the guys at N2R probably didn't even think of. And shout out, and just like you said, shout out to them.
Yeah, I'm actually really interested because like they confirmed they're working on a new game, because like a game that they're actually going to sell. And I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be a Metroid-like game. Right. I mean, that's my assumption, just based on the work that they did with AM2R. And, I know you and Larry interviewed them, which was a good episode of World 1-1. You should go check that out. It was really good.
Yes.
But, I am excited to see what they're going to work on next and actually, sell us, because I kind of wouldn't mind giving that team my money for a Metroid-style game.
Well, it'd be good to see what they do. I don't have no clue myself on what they're planning to do or anything, but that's probably going to be a few years off. So we probably won't see that for the next 3 or 4 years. So hopefully it'll probably be on Steam. If so, I guess that might be my first Steam game, unless a console does pick them up. Unless
Yeah, I mean, I would almost. I mean, I don't want to put words in their mouth, but I would almost guarantee that, with the quote unquote success of AM2R and like the notice that got, like, I think Sony or Microsoft or even Nintendo, with the way they're pushing indies, like, would be dumb not to say, hey, you can put your game on our system. We would, if it's good enough, like.
Right. I think if it doesn't show up on a Nintendo console, it must likely show up on a Sony console. If Sony is hungry for that kind of game, like if their game is really good, I think Sony is very welcoming to indie games. I think Sony will snag it up before anybody else. But we shall see, whatever the game may be.
Yeah. So, that's exciting. So now,
and then we got it to Yoshi 2018.
Right. Right. That game looks adorable.
Yes, it does.
I also want to point out that game and that Kirby game are being developed in Unreal 4, which is exciting. That Nintendo is using Unreal to show off what the Switch can do.
I think after Breath of the Wild using the Havoc engine, I think it's kind of smart that they're using Unreal and seeing because knowing Nintendo, they're probably doing stuff on that engine no one ever thought of.
Yeah, I mean, I bet they're trying stuff that maybe even Epic, maybe deep in the people that develop the engine know, but like the developers of like Gears or Unreal Tournament, or even I think Cliff Bleszinski's using Unreal 4 to make Lawbreakers, like even that kind of stuff. The Yoshi game has this weird world twisting mechanic, so that's this Yoshi game looks awesome. And someone said it was a follow-up to Yoshi's Woolly World, but I can't see it being Yoshi's Woolly World 2.
No,
because the Yoshi they're using is relatively normal looking.
Right, and there's different arts and crafts in that game. So there's a different art style in that game. Definitely with it, because like when he even hits the piranhas and stuff, like there's no wool wrapping them up or anything.
Right. It's more of a, I mean, all this stuff is like cardboard cutout, almost like the Yoshi. I'm watching the trailer right now. The Yoshi that they're using looks more, I mean, it looks fuzzy, but it doesn't look like a Woolly World Yoshi. He just looks like he's soft and fits this world. Like, I I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool if they did Woolly World eventually, like another Woolly World, but this just looks like a Yoshi game. So
right.
Looks cool though. I like the way like he puts on this weird Triceratops head and just kind of charges through everyone.
Yeah.
So, and it looks like they're taking the Donkey Kong Country, the new ones where like the background also has things you can do in it, and you could go into the background and do 2D platforming and then come back to the foreground. So, looks really good.
I would love to see another Super Paper Mario game that came on Wii with the switching perspectives. I would love to see that come back to Switch.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to see another Paper Mario game in general. Just to
next year.
I mean, Color Splash. I guess Color Splash just came out, didn't it, last year?
Yeah.
So I still need to play that game.
Oh, so
say good. I want one, and I haven't played it yet. I'm actually getting ready to like start some Wii U games, just because I need to finish before I dive deep into the Switch. Like I mean, you know how much I've played my Switch, but
yeah.
I want to finish Tokyo Mirage Sessions and
me too.
Xenoblade X and
me too.
Color Splash and
me too.
There's so many games.
And maybe tonight I'll do Breath of the Wild. So
you still haven't beaten it, have you?
So our next game is Fire Emblem. Our next game is Fire Emblem coming in for 2017. Yes, everybody.
Yes.
I haven't finished Breath of the Wild. I will though, because I need to get that game because I actually still need to buy the DLC.
That's right. The DLC comes out in a week.
Yes. So June 30th is the new DLC for Breath of the Wild. They did show before we get into Fire Emblem because we probably won't talk about that much. With the DLC, there's going to be 4 new amiibos coming, which is actually the Guardians. They showed off in like the trials that you get to actually power up your sword, and it looks challenging, but it looks really good. Like you really got to be smart and really resourceful on what you're gonna do. I don't know how many stages it is. I don't know if they said it's 100. Maybe I don't think they said what it was.
50, I think they said.
50. Okay, so we shall see what comes through that game. So just be pretty much ready for anything that comes through. And then the new DLC will be dropping this holiday later on this year. So and you'll also be able to use the Guardian and the full main game with the DLC. So if you're still playing Breath of the Wild, you haven't beat it, you could probably use a Guardian and you'll probably get some more stuff. So it should be interesting to see because definitely I know people are going to do that trial. Now I don't know if there's a new game plus that's going to carry over. With the sword.
There's no new game plus feature yet, but they did confirm that they are adding a separate save slot for master mode or the hard mode that's coming during the holiday. But they did not say anything about adding more save slots, which is kind of because I would like to play through that game again, but I don't want to erase my old slot to do a new one. But at the same time, like I guess I could just create a new profile, but I don't want to go through all that.
All right. But people are still finding stuff, so there might be some things that you haven't found yet.
I know. There's an article I was reading today, like before I went to work, about somebody found a new secret inside the castle, and I was like, man, I almost want to just turn it on and go check it out because people are still finding secrets. Like as much as the castle is featured in that game, you would think like that would be the most explored part of the game, and it's not, like the castle's intimidating if you're not powered up. There's so many guardians hanging out around outside, and inside there's a ton of monsters. It's just the castle's intimidating. So
just got to be ready for it.
So good. Zelda's so good. My game of the year so far still.
Yeah, mine too. Like even Persona 5 hasn't even topic, and I am planning to do Mass Effect Andromeda.
The Is that going to beat Zelda for Game of the Year for you, Ed?
Oh heck no. Oh no, no. Nothing can touch that. At this point, the running, like music wise, the only game that's running close to it besides Super Mario Odyssey is Rhyme. I love the soundtrack to Persona 5, don't get me wrong, but that will win something else. Breath of the Wild soundtrack, as minimalist as it is at points in times, is such just beautiful to listen to. And for you Switch owners who are picking up Rhyme, I really do hope that, because I think the game is coming with a soundtrack. Rhyme for Switch owners.
It's coming with the soundtrack and like a little art book, I think.
Okay.
If you get the physical copy, because it's $10 more.
Buy that physical copy and listen to that CD. Like the music in that and Rhyme is beautiful. I know we're getting a soundtrack, but the music is just glorious. It's so pleasing to the ear, and it really makes Rhyme what it is, I should say. But yeah, it's a phenomenal soundtrack. And even if you just if you get stressed out or anything and you feel like you need to play a video game, just throw in Rhyme, and if you could just listen to the music in that game, please do. And stick with that game all the way to the end, because one of the levels before the end game is, I think, one of the best one of the best scores that I heard in a while. Now, Zelda Breath of the Wild already got a lot. Like I could throw on the trailer of Breath of the Wild, and that one, literally 2015 alone in music. But 2016, Zelda got pretty much everything on lock, from graphics, gameplay, storyline, just everything about Zelda Breath of the Wild. Changed. That's a game that changed video games.
Yeah, I mean that Breath of the Wild is definitely. Before the game came out, people were talking that had, previewed it and stuff, said it was going to be an Ocarina of Time style game where people remember it forever. They remember the first time they played it. They remember that point in which, Zelda changed forever. And this game is, it's a game of a generation. It's a game of it's one of those games that's going to stand the test of time forever. And
yes,
it's just one of those games. I would go out on a limb to say it's definitely the best Zelda of all time, I would say, just throwing it out there. But in the way that people are going to rank their favorite Zeldas, people are always going to say Ocarina might be their favorite and this one might come close. People are going to say, Majora's Mask is their favorite. This might be this is probably my favorite Zelda game.
If I'm forced to have one favorite of the Zelda game, I agree with you. This is my favorite. The hours and the time that I put in it, even though I didn't finish it, I'm putting 7 to 8 hours. I'm putting the controller down and just being what did they just do? And just enjoying the explorations. Me and you, we got multiple shows that we probably 75% of the show is talking about Breath of the Wild, even though they don't have nothing to do to the topic that we're talking about, we're doing right now.
Right.
But this DLC, the amiibo, the Guardian amiibos, this content, regardless of you have a problem with it, I bet you into your hand, the complaint is gonna probably die down. Some people will still be mad, but I'm just I probably would get so much out of both DLC packs than everybody who paid $40 from Fallout 4 or the cheaper price for Fallout 4 and Batman Arkham City or the Arkham Knight game. There's some DLC that you paid a lot for and they barely gave you anything to be happy about. This DLC for Breath of the Wild, I'll take it. Yeah, hard mode should have been in the game. So what? They're changing it for hard mode. Because guess what? That Stone Guardian that you fought that you thought was dead, he's been getting energy. So now you have to make that fight double.
Yeah, and plus not only are the enemies one stage up on what they should be in normal mode,
Yes.
They also regen health. Like all the enemies regen health, so you got to be aggressive and tactical at the same time. You can't be defensive because they're gonna get their health back, and you're gonna have to fight them all over again. Like you got to be aggressive and tactical at the same time, which makes the game that much more challenging. Because I'm not gonna lie, I played that game a lot on defense. I can't tell you how many of the royal shields from scanning amiibo I've collected just so I could play defense. Like I can't imagine playing this game, it being harder and being super aggressive about it. Like,
and the thing is going to be like, okay, speedrunners, I feel like personally you're going to have to relearn this game.
Yeah, and then they said the DLC this holiday would focus on the champions. So that's going to be interesting to learn more about them, because I thought they were all pretty interesting. I wanted them in the game more to learn more about them, but I'm excited. I'm excited to learn more about them and to see how it all kind of ties together. I mean,
right.
When you beat the game, it kind of ties together nicely. I don't want to spoil anything because I know a lot of people are still looking for Switches and people haven't played it yet. This is one of those games you don't want to spoil for people, but it ties together nicely, but you still are left with some questions about the Guardians or the champions. So we'll see.
Yeah, so let's get back to E3 because we don't got too many games. Not Fallout, Fire Emblem is coming out this fall, 2017. If you played the Warriors games, Fire Emblem Warriors, it's just like that. Seems like it's gonna have 2 new protagonists and a whole new. So
I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited for Warriors. I liked Hyrule Warriors, okay, but I think the amount of characters people like. I think the heroes of Fire Emblem fit the mold of a Warriors game better than the world of Zelda.
Yeah.
I think, having Marth in there and Lucina and Chrom and all those characters in there, it's gonna be fun. I don't really have a lot more to say on that game. I'm excited for it, and I think that the Fire Emblem universe fits that style of game better than Zelda does. So.
Yeah. So Rocket League is going to be holiday 2017. They're going to be exclusive custom mode items. There's also going to be crossplay for that system. So you'll be able to play hopefully with PC and with Xbox players. So that's huge on Nintendo, allowing them to do that. So we don't know if they're going to have any amiibos in it or if amiibo functionality is going to work. But if it does, that's very big of them.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and last but not least, Mario Odyssey, which is coming out October 27th. The theme song is still catchy. I love everything. Starting off with, and I was telling Larry this. I'm just like, this is like a whole different graphics. Like it looks different seeing that T-Rex. It didn't see in the Mario's hat on it. It did in the Mario game. You'd be like, this looks like 2 different graphics that don't.
I honestly thought it was Monster Hunter when that
everybody did.
Like I thought, hey, they're finally announcing Monster Hunter Double Cross for Switch, and there'll be a short little thing for that. Like and then they revealed it was Odyssey. I'm like, wait, time out, hold on a second, what's happening? It was Mario Odyssey is gonna be a stellar Mario game. I can't wait. I'm always hot or cold on the Mario games. Just I don't know. I played Galaxy. I liked it. I never finished Galaxy 1 or 2. But I loved Mario 64 is one of my favorite games of all time. And every time I talk about Breath of the Wild, I always compare it to how I felt when I was playing Mario 64 for the first time. Sunshine was great. I love Mario 3D World, which kind of reinvigorated my interest in Mario games, actually. So I can't wait for Odyssey. I think it's going to be super interesting. I think all the different kingdoms, they're it's not just the ice level. It's not just the fire level. It's not just the jungle level. It's, you know, these different kingdoms that you go to. It's the Mexico themed one, and the you know, New Donk City, and the biodome looking thing. Like, it's interesting, and I can't wait to try on all the suits and see what they all do. And the 8-bit mode that they showed, where you go into the pipe and you pop up in an 8-bit Mario, and the way you just throw your hat at pretty much anything and you could become that thing. Like, it looks good. It looks good. I can't wait to play it.
Oh, I can't wait to own it. My mom, she's going to get a Switch, and that'll probably be her first game. Then I'll have my Switch by then. Definitely. I'm now just like, after seeing this conference, I'm just like, yeah, let me put some money up and just full out next time we get a Switch, or next 2 times we get a Switch. Bam, I'm just gonna, I gotta buy it. I gotta have it.
Yeah. And like, it sucks because like I was excited to play ARMS, and like I got it on Friday. And then I was like, but E3 just happened and all these new games are coming, and I haven't even had a chance to enjoy the games you already announced.
Right. Well, Bill Trinen hinted at a new IP that, you know, he was very pleased with, and regardless of how people see about it, I love this game, and this is definitely a must buy for me. So they announced Sushi Striker, the way of Sushido, and it's a puzzle action game where you match up the sushi, you collect the plates, and you attack your opponent on the other side with the plates, and you can stack them up and they take damage. It's kind of an RPG-ish thing, kind of you know, by level board game that looks like Overworld. I laugh. These are from the developers who made NEX Remix. They got to me personally when I seen the art style. I was just like, y'all took the leap be ages. So, like, I already love sushi. But the game looks phenomenal. It looks fantastic. And that was like kind of their last big announcement actually for E3. So like the Metroid Samus Return and the Sushi Striker were like the 2 new games for 3DS that they announced, or the only 3DS games. They did show Ever Oasis, which also got a demo, which I haven't tried yet. I have the demo on my 3DS, but I need to try it. But yeah, that was E3.
Do you want to talk about any of the stuff that Ubisoft announced for Switch?
Oh, we did. Oh, we forgot Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
And then that Starlink,
A Battle for Atlas, that looks phenomenal.
It looks like what's maybe Star Fox should become at some point.
If they get it right as like a Star Fox game, I'm all in.
Yeah, that game looks cool. For those that didn't watch the Ubisoft conference, it's it's kind of a late transition to the Toys for Life thing. But basically what you're doing is attaching this to your controller, and it's using the NFC reader in the controller to project the spaceship onto the screen. And then you buy parts for your ship. Like, the ship is a toy, but basically you get to buy parts for your ship, and it also reads the parts that are on your ship to give you different weapons, different abilities, different boosts and stuff. So it looks like an evolution of the Toys for Life thing. I hope it catches on because that game looks really cool. But at the same time, they did say that all the items will be available digitally to purchase. So if you don't feel like having a ton of toys lying around like I do, like all the Disney Infinities and Amiibo that I have, I think I'm probably going to get this game. I would like to have maybe one ship and then customize that ship.
Yes. I do have to say, the developer who bought the Mario game for Ubisoft, who was crying.
Oh, I know.
Did you see the picture on Twitter? He has a picture where where him crying on a white t-shirt. And it says, "Don't be sad, Ubisoft man." And he's just wearing it with the bullet bill gun in his hand. Like that was so funny, but that was so cool. Like, that's an honor. That's a big major honor to have Miyamoto say that, to give you that much praise and encouragement and stuff. And it's just like he now knows that it might feel like pressure, but I think he's probably also happy at the positivity that people have gave that game.
Yeah, he's probably flying real high. That was like besides the Metroid thing and the games I'm excited for, like just the moment to moment stuff. That
yes,
seeing that at the beginning of the Ubisoft conference was probably my favorite moment of E3 because, like, you know, we've discussed this outside of the show and everything. Like, a lot of people are overly critical about a lot of things. A lot of people make fun of things all the time, and you never really see how that affects people. You know, you don't really realize, like, you know, there are actually like real people working in this industry, you know, and like
right.
Ubisoft really humanized the game development aspect, you know, with Michelle Ancel being really emotional about Beyond Good and Evil 2, and then, you know, this at the beginning of the conference. Like, I really give Ubisoft a lot of credit for humanizing their developers and really, like, you know, they're proud of their development teams, you know, and seeing him see, you know, all of our idols that we've grown up playing their games for 30 years at this point, like him sitting there being like, I've played so many of this guy's games and he's my development hero. And for him to let me use his characters, use his assets, and create the game that I wanted to make using, you know, these, and now he's proud of this game. Oh my gosh, dude, that was just like, floodgates, man. It just opened up and it was like,
and I think a lot of people weren't laughing at him. It was kind of a monumentous moment for him. Like,
yeah,
that's huge, having someone to have Miyamoto come out and say what he said about your game, about your team, about your development. And, you know, just, you know, I would cry too. Like, I would just be in tears knowing that I'm working on, like, if I'm a developer, knowing I'm the lead developer and I'm working on a game from Nintendo, I'll myself out. I don't care if this is a Kirby game. Y'all can say it's the death of Nintendo or whatever. I'm like, to be like, yeah, this game is a Kirby game and this person is working on it. I would just be in tears because I'm like, one of my dreams to be working on a Nintendo game as a developer. That's huge.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
and
I mean, I feel really good for that guy. And like, I don't remember the guy's name or anything, but like, you could tell he poured everything he had. This was like his moment to shine, and like he was so proud of what, you know, him and his team had accomplished. And that, like, just to have Miyamoto up there talking about your game, like your game.
Right.
Oh gosh, what a feeling that is.
Right. And I don't want to knock the guy from Brothers, you know, for EA to come in and help him make his game a ways out. Like, he was really happy and excited for his new games, and that's a good feeling. Like, I think we need more stuff sometimes like that at E3, you know, instead of all the corporate talk and everything.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
and like I said, people are there's probably been a lot of people who pre-ordered the game. They are willing to play something new that they all laughed at, and
including me. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, man, this is gonna be dumb. Mario and the stupid rabbits. Are you kidding me? And it turns out, like, after like watching the gameplay and stuff, like this is my most anticipated game now. Like,
right.
You know, like I can't wait to play this game. And I pre-ordered one of the stupid rabbits, the Luigi one. I pre-ordered that one.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And I can admit that I have my doubts for this game. I didn't believe it was real. Because I wanted and when they confirmed it was real, I became a believer and I saw it. I'm like, yeah. And now it's weird for me to be skeptical about it. It's because I felt like, well, this could come from anything, from any kind of art asset. So I personally just feel like I'll wait to, you know, Ubisoft to confirm this, and they did, and it looks fantastic, and it's definitely a game that I I am going to play. And a lot of people just like even the guy who made XCOM, he did an interview that said that now he's lucky that Nintendo and Ubisoft is making this game because now he can introduce daughter to do what works and what is all about from XCOM, and then when she grow up, actually introduce her to XCOM. So that's cool.
Yeah, it's I'm excited. I think Nintendo is doing, gosh, their lineup so far for Switch is killing it. Like, yeah, I mean, I talked to a couple guys, like I talked to the Fathers of the Grind guys, and you know, where this is my last thought before we wrap up this episode. But like,
yes,
Nintendo is almost putting out too many games right now, and it's exciting and almost overwhelming because I want to play everything Nintendo puts out. And like, you know, the next month I gotta play Splatoon, and then the next month I gotta play Rabbids, and then the next month I gotta play Pokken, and I gotta play Mario Odyssey, and then Xenoblade, and then next year's Fire Emblem and Yoshi and Kirby and probably Smash and
some indie games and stuff like that. And
yeah, like I want to play through Axiom Verge again, and that comes out at the end of August. And
right. And this is the thing that a lot of people got to realize, that I know a lot of people been crying for third party support, but just at E3 alone, Nintendo dominated the conversation for the whole entire thing. Yeah. When we talked about Xbox or Microsoft, we talked pretty much bad about Xbox. I'm calling it the OX.
Yeah,
you know, people had their doubts and had their opinions on the OX and was upset about the price. Sony got a pass because it was Sony, but nothing really didn't speak out to them besides, for a lot of people, was Spider-Man.
Yeah, I heard a lot of, like, I was listening to Giant Bomb today, and they were talking about PlayStation's conference, and they said you can't differentiate their games anymore because it's like, oh, it's the slightly over the right hand shoulder third person action game where, you know, extremely popular hero fights monsters, and like as excited as I am to play God of War and the Horizon DLC and stuff, like, and Uncharted, I'm like, I can't sit here and disagree with you. Like, I said that a year ago. I was like, all these games look the same, you know, like,
right.
So I'm excited to see Nintendo. Not only does Nintendo have more first party games than anybody else at this conference, they're all coming this year, and the amount of diversity within the game is outstanding.
Yes.
So there's a lot to be excited for from E3. You know, we are running a little bit short on time. You know, we have life things to get to. So this was our E3 episode, and I'm sure on Thursday we will revisit a lot of things and have good discussions. Because there are a couple things I do want to discuss, and maybe we'll just pick the games that we're most excited to play this fall and kind of get into what they showed and stuff. So,
and I plan on rewatching everybody's conference, because with this one, I literally had to take. I've rewatched the Nintendo conference so many times; it's ridiculous. But I want to rewatch everybody else's conference, because definitely for me, I was taking notes, you know, podcasting, getting things ready, and I really didn't have time to sit down, rewatch everything, and process it.
Yeah,
Digital Devolver. I'm not even gonna click on that. So, but that was our
interesting.
Show.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know we were supposed to have a show last week. I got caught up working. I worked all weekend. It was ridiculous. And then,
if you guys didn't tune in to our Twitch stream, I think is it up on the website, NGR Radio, YouTube?
I have it downloaded. I'm going to post it. I mean, after this episode goes up, it'll be posted. So
okay. You guys, when it's uploaded, when you see it, if you hit that subscribe button, yes, do subscribe to NGR Radio here on YouTube. Check out our videos, check out our reaction, hear our discussion, check out the snacks that we probably were eating, and just like the fun that Nintendo presented and the fun that we was having with Ray Sario, Captain El Capitan, and with Larry Giver. Like, do check out those discussions that we have with like check out just check it out. We had so much fun. And Corey, I want to thank you. I had so much fun watching that stream with you. I'm like, we got to do this again next year.
Yeah,
I want to do.
We got to do it every year.
Yeah.
As long as we're friends, we got to do this every year, Ed. Maybe next year we'll just plan a little trippy trip, and we'll just make a day out of it.
You already know that when that happens. Someone might be mad at me, but I'll spend the $350 round trip to come down to Cleveland and watch
it.
So,
well, quick outros today.
Yes. You guys can find me on Twitter at that retro code, and you can hear my podcast Optional Opinion on SoundCloud. There's actually going to be a episode Wednesday, and there's going to be an announcement episode with a regular episode Friday. So do check that out.
Yes. You can find me at Corey and HD on Instagram, Corey Hudson and HD on Twitter. You can find me here on Pow Block every Monday and most of the time Thursday when actually it'd be Tuesday and Friday, huh? Wow, I totally messed that up. You can find us Tuesday and Fridays on your podcast service of choice and on YouTube on the NGR Radio YouTube, ngrradio.com. And yes, please subscribe, rate us, all that good stuff.
Yay.
And until next time, we love you.
We love you guys. And we are out. Bye.
Woo!
Yeah.